Yes, it is being recorded. So where is okay. Hello, welcome to chapter 15, bond valuation. Bond evaluation. I will start off by explaining some concepts, and then I will give you examples for calculation. Okay. By the end of this lecture, you are going to compute the purchase price of bond when market rate equal to the bond rate. Okay. Bought on the interest date or between interest date. You will also compute the purchase price of a bond when the market rate does not equal to the bond rate. And then we are going to construct a bond schedule showing the amortization of premiums or accumulation of the discounts. Finally, we will calculate the yield rate for the bonds. Okay. Sinking fund is not included in this chapter. So all you are responsible is just these four objectives. So what is the face value? Face value has other name, par value or denomination. It is just the amount owned. For example, 100, you bought a bond 100 means after certain years, you are going to pay off this $100. Okay. So all this value is referred to the future value. The face value refers to the future value. If you bought a bond $100 means the bond will mature in 10 years. That means after 10 years, you will get this $100 back. This is face value. Bond rate has no other name, coupon rate or nominal rate. It is just the interest paid every 6 months based on the face value of the bond. For example, you bought a bond 100. Just for example, you bought a bond 100, and the bond rate is 5%. 5%. Semi-annually, okay? If bond rate is 5%, so every half year, because it is semi-annually, you have 2.5%. So the face value is 100. So every 6 months, you are going to receive $2.5, $2.50. This is, for example, $100. Okay. And then maturity date, it is also called redemption date or due date. This is the date the principal of the bond is to be repaid. And the principal, also called redemption value or maturity value, it is amount paid by the issue to the bondholder. So this is some terminology. Okay. Once you bought the bond, you can sell the bond, okay, at market price. The bond can be bought and sold at the market. The total amount paid to the bonds include the market price plus any interest. Okay. So the cash price has two parts. One is the market price, the other is accrued interest. So let's take a look at an example. A 10,000 5-year bond, redeemable at par. At par means at face value. Means after 5 years, you will get 10,000 back. Bearing the interest at 6.5% payable semi-annually is purchased at a market price of $10,000 4 years and 10 months before maturity. The question asks you to calculate the cash price of the bond. Calculate cash price of the bond. Okay. So remember, cash price has two parts. One is market price, the other is accrued interest. Okay. The market price is 10,000. Okay, so this is the first part, market price. And the next, we need to calculate the interest. Okay, when did you bought this bond? 4 years and 10 months before maturity. Okay, and this is a 5-year bond. You bought it 4 years and 10 months before maturity. That means you have 2 months interest accrued. You have 2 months interest accrued. Okay, these 2 months of interest. Okay, so remember interest, chapter 7, R equal to PRT. P equal to 10,000. Okay, R is 6.5%. Okay, and T is 2 months. Okay. So the cash price is this one here. Okay. So this is the cash price, has 2 parts, market price and accrued interest. Accrued interest. So now this example has a condition. Under what condition? For this example, when you have market rate equal to bond rate, market rate equal to bond rate, okay, but most often market rate not equal to bond rate. So when market rate not equal to bond rate, the market price does not equal to the face value. Okay, so the bond is described as selling at a premium or at a discount. Under what condition you have premium? When you have a purchase price greater than face price, you have a premium. And when you have purchase price smaller than face value, you have discount. Okay, you have discount. And then if you have purchase price equal to face value, if purchase price equal to face value, it is this example here. So purchase price equal to face value. You have this situation. When purchase price not equal to face value, it is either greater than face value or smaller than face value. Okay. Sometimes you will see the word, the bond sale at par. What does it mean at par? At par means at face value. when a bond is sold at face value, when the bond rate, we use B. B represents the bond rate equal to market rate I. When bond rate equal to market I, we call this situation the bond sales at par. When bond rate smaller than market rate, the bond is sold at a discount. When the bond rate greater than market rate, the bond sell at a premium. So next, we are going to give you the formula. Okay, take an example. I have 1,000 face value. Okay, I bought 1,000 bond, matured in 10 years. So this is today. This is 10 years. So this $1,000, it is actually referred to this future value. After 10 years, if you bought the bond from government, the government will pay you back $10,000 after 10 years. This is today. And this $1,000 is the face value. Face value, okay? Because this face value is actually future value, FV, we need to know if after 10 years, you give me back 1,000. So what is the money worth today? This is the PV. You use this formula. PV equal to FV times 1 plus I raised to power negative N. Okay. This is on one hand. On another hand, because the bond has a coupon, means every 6 months, every 6 months, 6 months, 6 months, 6 months, 6 months, every 6 months, you will get payment. Okay, you will get the payment. Okay, and that payment forms an annuity. That payment is an annuity. So every 6 months you get interest. Every 6 months you get interest. Every 6 months you get interest. That is an annuity. And that annuity also has a present value. Okay, so there are 2 present value. One present value is the face value. What is the face value? The other present value is about annuity. If you add these 2 present value together, that is the purchase price of the bond you pay today. Okay, so now let's do an example. This example is if you have a bond that is matured in 10 years, okay, you have a bond, face value is 10,000, this is face value, or also called principal value. Suppose the bond rate is 10%, market rate is 12%. The question is, what is the purchase price? What is the purchase price? The purchase price has 2 parts. The purchase price has 2 parts. Part 1, what is the future value of that 10,000? That example gave you 10,000. Maybe we just use 10,000 here. Okay, part 1, calculate the present value of this 10,000. Part 2, calculate the present value of the annuity. Every 6 months, you will get a payment. You will get a payment. What is the present value of accumulated payment? If you add part 1 plus part 2, part 1 plus part 2, that is your purchase price. For the bond. Okay, so let's do this calculation. So part 1, do present value of 10,000. You use this formula is here. See, part 1 PV equal to FV times 1 plus I raised to power negative n. 1 plus I raised to power negative n. This is 10 years. Yn becomes 20. Because interest rate usually is compounded semi-annually. Interest rate is compounded semi-annually. It is 12% divided by 2, 6%. Okay, so you get the present value. Okay. Now the coupon rate is 10%. Okay, it didn't say compounded annually, so maybe you can interpret. No, it is also usually you receive the payment every 6 months. So you have to also use this 10% divided by 12. It is 5% every 6 months. Every 6 months, you'll get 5% as interest. 5% of what? 5% of face value. Face value is 10,000. 5% of the face value is 500. So every 6 months, you are going to get 500. Okay. So how many 6 months over 10 years? There are 26 months over 10 years. And then this is part 2. You calculate the present value of the annuity here, part 2. Present value of the annuity. Okay. And then part 1 plus part 2. You get the purchase price. You get the purchase price. Okay. Because the purchase price is smaller than the face value, you have discount. How much discount? You use face value minus the purchase price, you get a discount. Remember, if you have bond rate lower than market rate, you get discount. Okay, any questions? All right. You can actually use Excel to do this question. Okay, using Excel price function. Using Excel price function. Okay. So I'm going to show you Excel. Where's my Excel? This is attendance. So in Excel, you need to type in, you need, I will show you here. In Excel, you need to type in the purchase date, but this example does not give you purchase date, maturity date. You can make up a date as long as it is 10-year interval. Okay, so for example, if you bought the bond on December the 3rd, 2016, if this bond is matured in 10 years, so maturity date would be December 3rd, 2026. And then you need the bond rate 10%, market rate 12%, and then you use the Excel plus function to get this number. Okay, so I'm going to show you here. So this is using the column B, starting with the 3. I will use column A. Okay, maybe I will, doesn't matter. So I'm going to type in the date you bought the bond. So for example, it is December 3rd, 2016. So this is the date you bought the bond. And then maturity date in 10 years would be December the 3rd, 2026. December the 3rd, 2026. Okay. And then you type in the bond rate, it is given 10%. Market rate 12%. Okay. And when you use Excel, you use face value 100. Okay. And then 2 means 1 year you got 2 payments. 1 year you got 2 interest payments. Okay. And 3 is the base. Base means it is depending on how many days in a year. It is 164 days. Okay. So let me check, double check the base. So 3 means actual 365 days. Okay. Means 1 year has 365 days. So after you type in all this information, next you type in equal price. Settlement means the date you bought the bond. Maturity date is here. Rate, okay, is this one. Rate is actually coupon rate. Yield is market rate. There are 2 rates. One is coupon rate. The other is market rate. We also call it yield. Do not confuse this. Okay. Redemption value is 100. Okay. Frequency. Frequency, 1 represents annual, 2 represents semi-annually. Most often, it is semi-annual. That's why we select this 2. Okay. And also the base, you see the parameters for base, we choose actual. 1 year has 365 days. That's why I choose here. I already chose here. Okay. So after that, I get this one here. This is based on face price 100. Okay. So maybe I need to copy this. just show you the formula I type in, okay? So I'm going to Control-C, copy, and paste it here, maybe. Okay. And then the end result would be here. This is for this example. I already have the example here. Okay, the same example here. It's just a little bit different for this here. All right. So once you have this number, this is based on face value 100. Remember, this is face value 10,000. So you use this number multiply 100. You get this number. See, 8,852, the same number as we get here. Did you see it here? Okay, so that is the Excel method. Okay, Excel method. And now, how do I use calculator? How do I use calculator? So now today I have my calculator ready. Okay, I want to show both the question. Oops, where's my calculator again? So I'm going to use calculator to do this question. Okay. For calculator, you click second quit, clear everything. Now my calculator has 2 decimals. I want 4 decimals. Can anyone suggest what do I do? It is 2 decimals. I want 4 decimals. What do I do? You do second, format, and then you have DEC, means decimal. Type in number 4, and then click enter. After that, second, quit. Now I have 4 decimals. Okay. And now I want to calculate the purchase price, use calculator. So you go second, press number 9, means bound. Second, number 9. Okay. And then you have SDT, represent settlement. So this example, suppose settlement is, I move this so that you can see the, suppose settlement is December 3rd, 2016. So December means 12. Type in 0316. This is the format for calculator. Month, point, day, followed by year. Everything is 2 digits. So mm.ddy. Okay, and then press enter key. This represents December 3rd, 2016. Press enter. You get December 3rd, 2016. Now, down arrow key. This CPN represents coupon. Coupon rate is 10. Okay, so you type in 10. Okay, without percentage. When you use calculator, without percentage. Enter. So coupon rate is 10%. Down arrow key. I represent redemption date. Redemption, okay. Settlement date, redemption date. It is December 3rd, 2026. Okay. So you redemption date December 12.0326. That is redemption date. Enter key. Okay, so redemption date December 3rd, 2026. Down arrow key. Okay. Redemption value, RV, redemption value. When you use calculator, usually it is based on $100, 100. Okay. And then down arrow key. Okay. ACT. Okay. ACT, now this is the actual number of dates being used. Okay. You just accept default settings. When you have ACT, actual number of days, you do nothing. You just press down arrow key. And then 2Y means it is the number of coupon payments per year. So every year you receive 2 payments. That's correct. So you do nothing. Down arrow key. And then you have YLD is the yield. Okay. Yield is also the market rate. Yield is the same as market rate. In this example, it is 12. So you type in 12 without percentage. Just type in 12, enter. And then down arrow key. You have PRI represent the price. After you say PRI, you click CPT, compute. See, you get 88.53, exactly the same as I got from Excel. Remember, this $88 is based on face value 100. Now you have face value 10,000. So you multiply this number by 100 times 100. You get $8,853. It is agreed with here, purchase price. Okay. Any questions? So I introduced 3 methods. 3 methods. One method, formula. To calculate purchase price, you need to calculate 2 present value. Part 1, present value of the face value. Part 2, present value of the coupon payments. Add part 1 with part 2, you get purchase price. This is method 1. Method 2, Excel price function. Excel price function. Method 3, use calculator bound by click second bound. Okay. So any questions? Any questions? Okay, shall we take a break? After break, we going to do more examples, and we are going to calculate yield rate and also construct bound schedule. Okay, construct bound schedule. So let's come back at 7 o'clock. Okay, break now, come back at 7. Or before you go, give me 1 second. I need to take attendance. When we come back, we do more examples. Last time, some students didn't come back, missed attendance. So I'm going to take attendance. Where is my? Okay, so I'm going to take attendance, then take a break. Participants, download attendance list, and then I'm going to stop recording. When we come back, we start recording again. Okay, stop recording.